Doug Armstrong was in our studio that day. Right now, he's at Air Canada Centre as Team Canada prepares to open up the 2016 World Cup of Hockey, the first game against the Czech Republic. And here is the general manager of Team Canada. Doug, what did you like about your team in the three pre-tournament games?
Well, I thought obviously the first two games against the U.S. that we started out really going to level five, and the intensity was very high. I thought the way we rebounded back, even in that first game, though we lost, we were down, and the guys battled hard back. And then same thing in the Russian game. We sort of let our foot off the gas a little bit, and then found a way to come in and win that one in overtime. So the guys are focused, are ready to go, and I think they found a good rhythm. I think Mike's found some good combinations he can work with starting tomorrow.
Just to clarify, 3 o'clock is the deadline. I know yesterday you didn't anticipate any changes to your roster. Is that status quo?
It's status quo. We're on the ice at 1 o'clock today, and once that practice is over, we'll submit our group, and looks like the group of 23.
So, Doug, this is a different situation for you. I know you've been around Hockey Canada's organization before, but once this tournament starts, what do you really do?
Really, quite honestly, we don't do a lot after the player selection. We're fortunate to have, as we have enough great players, we also have great coaches. So when you have someone like Mike Babcock and Joel Quenneville and the rest of the coaches, we just sort of get out of the way and let them do their job. We have been involved, Johnny, on a few different occasions just with the replacement players. But after this, you just turn it over to the coaches and the players and hope that you're there to lend any moral support. But there's not really a lot left to do.
Are you of the mind, did you think your coaching staff shares the mind that the low-scoring games in the Olympics won't be the case this time? You'll probably need to score more goals?
I don't believe that, just because the goaltending is so, we watched all these pre-tournament games, and really every goalie in this tournament can steal a game. You just hope it's not against you. Mm-hmm. But there's been some fabulous goaltending in this event, and in past events, it's always difficult to score goals internationally. A little bit what happens is like happens in all the Stanley Cup playoffs as the competition starts. The referees want the players to decide it on the ice, so you see fewer and fewer penalties, and I think that's good. The players want to decide it, so I think that I don't think that the goal scoring is going to be at the like it was in Hamilton a few years back with Mario and Wayne 6-5 games.
Doug Armstrong with us on Hockey Central at Noon with Darren Millard, John Shannon, and Gord Stellick. Is Hockey Central at Noon World Cup edition. Do you care to remove any mystery surrounding who will play Game 1 in goal for your team?
Well, that's up to the coach. I'm very comfortable that what the person he's going to select, and he let us know, but I'll let him unveil that after practice.
So how much, Doug, as you and Kenny and Mark and all the guys on the management team have discussed this, in my mind, there's little doubt that you guys are by far the favorite for this tournament. How much pressure do you wear going into tomorrow, knowing full well that you have 3 games to really get to the next level? I mean, it's not as simple as saying this is a best-of-7 series and you lose 1 game. This is really a best-of-3, and you better win the first 2.
Yeah, well, that's the way we're looking at it. Really, not even the first 2. We got to get that first game tomorrow, and our focus is solely on that. As far as being, considered a favorite, I think that's a privilege that we have working for Hockey Canada, and whether it's the World Championships or the World Junior or the World Cup, Canada has the reputation to be a top team, and we carry that with pride. And we certainly don't want to enter any tournament not being thought of as a team that should win. So now, saying that, the competition's always great, and it's probably better at this event than any. The one thing that's different at the Olympics is that you can sort of wade your way through. Certainly with the World Championships, you can wade your way into it. With the Olympics, to a smaller extent, this one you can't. There's so few teams, and it's going to be over. It's going to be over before it starts for half of the competitive teams. So we don't want to be one of that first group. We want to get these games early and put ourselves in a good spot for the semis.
You've been very accommodating with the media. I've been trying to think of a question you have been asked, and I just, today it looks like a hockey tournament. Everyone's in tracksuits. All 8 are around Air Canada Centre in town. So, as a coach in North Toronto, when I'm at a hockey tournament, the question is, what are the rules about your players using the hotel pool?
No ball, no ball hockey, no ball hockey in the hallways.
Yeah.
Let the people sleep.
Well, the other part is, do you like that it's in Toronto the whole time? Like, Shandy was mentioning in '96 there was a game in Philadelphia, Canada won, then it moved to Montreal. Do you think people are liking all 8 teams are here for the entire? It is like a camp.
Downtown looks like a minor hockey tournament with everybody walking around with their tracksuits.
Exactly what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is the first time in a long time, but I really like being situated. When we got into Ottawa, then we went to Columbus, then we went to Pittsburgh. It really felt like it was a continuation of an NHL schedule. This has a different feel to it because you get to unpack, you get to find out where the dry cleaners are, and you get to feel like a baseball team. You get to stay for a little while. So we're excited about it. Obviously, the market itself is primed, and you're not going to find a better place to have this many great games than in Toronto. So we're excited to be here, and we're hoping to be here for a couple of weeks.
Hey, a little bit of housekeeping about your other club. How much are you going to keep track of what's going on in Traverse City?
I talked to Dave Taylor this morning and Hitch, and going to talk to him after our game tonight. So we'll, we don't want to lose sight of the day job, that's for sure.
And Vladimir Sopotka. I mean, I know he's here. He's going to play for a team here. Is he going to play for the Blues?
That's the gift that keeps on giving these questions. All indications are he's going to play for the Blues. I talk to the agent once every couple of days. It's a difficult situation because he's informed the Russian team, as he said, that he doesn't want to play there. He's informed us he does want to play with us. Now it's just a negotiation, and we're hoping to get this behind us. Knowing that he wants to come back and knowing that we want him back, that's the main thing. And we're going to keep working with him, but I know his focus is on that game tomorrow and where it should be. That'll sell itself out, but knowing he wants to play in the NHL, not the KHL, and knowing we want him, I think those are good starting blocks.
A missing storyline from this training camp for Team Canada as opposed to 2014, 2010 has been who's going to play with Sidney Crosby and how that's going to come together. They tried a different approach in Sochi. It obviously is worked, but I don't think to quite the expectations. This has been a nice fit for Brad Marchand and Patrice Bergeron.
Yeah, they fit in very quickly. Obviously, Berge and Marchand playing together, that was easy, and then it's just been an excellent line. And I know Sid looks very comfortable playing with those guys. They're very comfortable playing with Sid, so it's something that I think Mike can just sort of pencil in as one of the groups and not have to worry and tinker with. He's been able to find one line, at least in my experience, in both the 10 and 14 Olympics, he didn't have to worry about. And then he's tinkered with other ones. I'm hoping this is one of the line that he feels comfortable with, and then he can tinker around that group.
Adding Ryan O'Reilly, what was the deciding factor? Other guys like Wayne Simmons, a few other names that were out there. What ultimately was the decision maker?
When we sat down and where Seguin was playing was on that in that fourth group of center ice, and we just felt that Ryan fit that bill. We could keep the wingers intact there and move forward. It's sort of you get to hear the coaches had really good experience on who was good in the wing that played center and what they needed, and they just felt that for the piece of the puzzle that came out, he was the perfect piece to go in there. And there was some discussion. I didn't want to say debate this time around. There was probably more debate on the previous 3 injuries, but this one it just seemed like because I think they're familiar and we'd had some practices. They knew exactly what they were looking for, and Ryan fit the bill.
Doug Armstrong chatting with us, the Team Canada general manager. We'll let you go as you get set for practice, but good luck. Appreciate your time.
All right, we'll see you on the streets in tracksuits.
Hey, listen, listen. It was Joel Quenneville's birthday yesterday. Did you guys take him out for a dinner or something?
Yeah, his bride came in, so we didn't, but we all wished him a happy birthday and a 39 again, like all of us, 39 again.
Just keep rolling it over. Good luck, Doug. Thanks for doing this, pal.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Doug Armstrong, general manager of Team Canada.